Yo, what's up, everybody? It's me, your boy Ryan, aka Clutch Sports Talk. I'm on YouTube live right now, man. Hope you guys are locked in. Hope you guys enjoyed today's games. I'm just trying out this new YouTube live experience, man. It's kind of brand new to me, but I'm definitely excited to give it a shot and see what's going on, man. But hey, if you guys liking what you're seeing, post some comments over there in the comment section below. But basically, what I'm going to try to do here is get you guys ready for the Sunday night game, which starts in about a few minutes actually. So, but I don't have that much time. But like I said again, it's a very short video, very short clip. I'll see what's going on with you guys today. But hey, man, we had a lot of good games today. A lot of really solid games, and I can't even lie, man. Especially that Arizona Buffalo game, and I'll get to that in a second. But what can I say, man? What can I say? I mean, the NFL is putting out a really good product every week, day in and day out, and you know, we're here to enjoy it. So without further ado, man, let's just kind of get into a little bit about some of the games that happened today. I'm sorry, I'm just pulling up some of the games here for you guys real quick. But you know, like I said, this is all new. Probably wasn't really that prepared. I kind of caught wind with something. I was like, you know what, I just gotta get on live and see what happens. You never know. So first game I want to talk about, which was a pretty exciting game. It kind of came down to the end. Well, not to the end, but the LA Chargers and the Miami Dolphins had a really good game. The Chargers made it a fight at the end. They ended up losing the game 21-29. It was a battle between the two young phenom quarterbacks, and Tua T, that's what I'm going to call him, and Justin Herbert. Again, Tua 3-0 as a starter. You can't beat that, man. You cannot beat that. He played his butt off today. He really played an absolute strong game. Justin Herbert, not so bad. A few turnovers there and there, but in the end, the Miami Dolphins are looking really strong. They're competing in the NFC East, and also they got help today with the Buffalo Bills losing as well. So, you know, they got some help there on the other end. But Tua is looking good. Brian Flores, man, he's looking like a real good coach. He's looking like he might break the curse of one of Bill Belichick's former assistants or coaches that are actually going to do something in the NFL. So Brian Flores, I call him my alter ego because my name is Ryan Flores and he's Brian Flores. That's my alter ego if I was an NFL football coach. So shout out to him, man. They had a great game for them today. So, you know, what can I say? The other game I want to talk about with you guys, the Seattle Seahawks traveled to LA to play the Rams. And if you watched my earlier Instagram live today, I had Seattle winning. I thought they could do it. They ended up losing 23-16. Jared Goff was like, it's okay. But the Seattle Seahawks defense, again, now they didn't give up 45 points or anything like that, but they were able to still make it kind of close. But in the end, Russell Wilson looks like he's starting to taper off a little bit. And he does do that. He does do that. Last year he had a great year as well, but towards the back end of the season, he started to kind of fall off a little bit. Let me get you the stats for that game here real quick. He actually threw for 2 interceptions, no touchdowns thrown at all, which is not what Russell Wilson's been playing like. Jared Goff threw for over 300 yards, no touchdowns for himself. And the running game was kind of pretty much held in check. The Rams were just able to capture, they were able to benefit off the turnovers that Seattle had created, mainly Russell Wilson. So, you know, kudos to the Rams. I had the Rams losing that game, but they ended up winning the game anyway. So it's all good. Seattle is definitely in trouble. And if you watched my last week's podcast, you'll know why. Basically, they're putting too much pressure on Russell Wilson. And I don't know if he's going to be able to handle it moving forward, especially as they make this run towards the playoffs. Bengals Steelers, that game, you know, kind of a snoozer. Bengals win 36-10. Really, I mean, nothing much I can say. Pittsburgh got right today and they played the Bengals. And this is the type of game that when you're a good team and you struggle a little bit, you get one of these teams like the Bengals who've been playing fair. Don't get me wrong. They've been decent, but this is what I call a get right game. And the Pittsburgh Steelers got right today. So no sweat over there. This was an interesting one. The Saints and the Niners. Now, this game was relatively close. I believe it was tied at 10 at halftime. The Saints struggled a little bit on offense to get going. Nick Mullins started pretty decently. But at the end of the day, the Saints were just too much. They overmatched the 49ers, and they were able to win 27-13. Drew Brees was on point, you know, as usual. Their defense is starting to really lock in. They got one of the best rush defenses in all of football, and it showed today. There was a 4th and 1, I believe, And the Niners said, let's go for it. And they stuffed them. So Saints, congratulations to them. They're continuing to keep playing better. The next couple of weeks for them are going to be interesting for them. They do hold the key to the NFC South. So, because they've beaten the Tampa Bay Bucks twice now. So, they actually have a one leg up on them today, in which I'm going to talk about the Panthers here and shortly here, Tampa Bay and Carolina next here. Actually, I'll talk about them next. So that game, it was kind of choppy in the beginning. I ain't going to lie. It was pretty choppy. The game started kind of slow. But then the Panthers just kind of, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers just kind of ran away with the game. I'm looking for that final score on that one, but it definitely the score does reflect kind of like what the second. It was a game of two halves, basically what I'm trying to say. Those teams, they were kind of neck and neck a little bit, and then I think Tampa Bay just kind of busted it open. Their running game went off a little bit, and I am trying to get those stats. Can't find it. What's going on here? But hey, it's all live. It's live, so this is what we do when we go live, right? We're going to be looking for stuff here for you guys. So, 46-23. Sorry about that. Yeah, 46-23. The game really, it wasn't that interesting of a game, but you can tell that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers kind of wanted to rid themselves of those demons from last week in regards to that whooping that they took place last week against the New Orleans Saints. So kudos to them. They actually got the win, and it looks like they're going to try to bolster themselves back up and get ready for the second half of the season. So Tom Brady, let's get the stat line on him for here. That game, he threw for 341, 3 touchdowns. Ronald Jones balled out, 23 carries, 192 yards rushing. You can't ask more for that. And it's funny because they added Leonard Fournette, but Ronald Jones is a really good running back. A lot of people don't really know too much of him. He's a USC product. I'm from LA. I'm from Cali, and I'm a USC Trojans fan. So when they drafted him a few years ago, I was kind of like, okay, he's not bad. He's got good size, good speed. But I guess they brought in Leonard Fournette to try to maybe encourage him to be better. But he's definitely has benefited from Leonard Fournette actually being on that team now. So shout out to him. The next game I want to talk about, if my computer would actually cooperate with me. I should have wrote all this stuff down. But like I said, it's live. It's my first one on here on YouTube. I'm usually more prepared. But, hey, you guys are bearing with me for those of you who are there. Probably not that many, but it's all good. I feel you. Not sure what's going on here. But anyway. All right, next game. This one I called earlier in the morning. The Philadelphia Eagles and the New York Giants. The Giants were home dogs, and they ended up winning the game. They pulled away late. They ended up winning 27-17. The Giants looking pretty good. Their defense is solid. Daniel Jones was running the football really well, man. I can't lie. I mean, I'm a Cowboys fan, but he actually played a pretty solid game. No interceptions. He threw for 244. No touchdowns thrown, but he did rush for 1. And Wayne Gallman, man, where's he from, man? So sorry about that. Wayne Gallman rushed for 53 yards. He had him 2 touchdowns. Carson Wentz, no touchdowns, threw for 208 yards. The Giants might win this division. They might end up winning this division, which is crazy that, they're 3-7. I think Philly still has the lead because they're 3-5-1. But the Giants, man, if they they're trending up. I think Philly's trending down. The Cowboys are pretty much, I don't know, Cowboys are in the middle, and the Washington football team, who I get to, that'll be the next game I talk about. This one was exciting. I watched this game towards the end. Matt Prater ended up winning the game for the Lions. So my Lions fans out there, man, you guys are happy. You beat the Washington football team. Matthew Stafford is quietly having a pretty solid year. You don't hear too much about him because he's on the Lions. He's just on a bad team. He threw for 276, 33 attempts. Alex Smith, 390 on a messed up leg. Not bad. But in the end, they're the Washington football team. They are just the Washington football team. Any other interesting stats? DeAndre Swift is still playing really good. I think he's kind of recovered from that first game debacle. I think was it against the Giants? I forgot where he dropped the game-winning touchdown essentially. But Terry McLaurin, I like this dude. He actually had 9 receptions for 95 yards. No touchdowns, but he's an up-and-coming receiver. You want to keep your eye on him. The next game here, Jacksonville and Green Bay. Green Bay kind of disappointed me a little bit. This game was way closer than it should have been. They ended up winning 24-20 against a depleted Jacksonville team. They lose their starting quarterback. They got so many guys on the IR. It's ridiculous. Maybe it was just a little case of Green Bay just kind of succumbing to a weaker team, and they played down to the level of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Aaron Rodgers, to me, he's all right. 325, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. But overall, that team just did not play well enough. And the Jacksonville Jaguars, what do they got to lose, really? They're 1-8 now. I still think Green Bay is not a factor. And I get it. Every week, every team has something that they got to deal with. But in the end, I think when you play Green Bay, if you hit them in the mouth early, they pretty much fold. And that's pretty much it. But today was kind of the disappointing win for them today. If I'm the head coach of the Green Bay Packers, I'm kind of like, what happened, man? Next game, moving on, we got the Houston Texans traveling to Cleveland. They played the Cleveland Browns. They ended up losing 10-7. This one I called in the morning as well. It was a snoozer. Both teams don't really have the star power. Nick Chubb returned to the lineup after missing 4 weeks for the Cleveland Browns. Deshaun Watson, dude, they paid him a lot of money. He only threw for 163 yards. 163 yards. Baker Mayfield didn't throw that much either. He threw for 132, no touchdowns. At least Deshaun Watson got 1 touchdown, but that was the only score for the Houston Texans. They need to just shut it all down, trade away J.J. Watt, get what you can for the guy. Cleveland, they improved to what now, 7-3 or 6-3 now. So that's another team that's kind of like they'll probably end up making the playoffs now, but they're gonna get probably exited really quick in the beginning. So I don't have too much faith in Cleveland. Nick Chubb, he ran for 126, which looked really good for him coming after missing 4 weeks. Kareem Hunt also ran for 104. This is the formula that Cleveland needs to follow if they're going to win football games. They can't rely on Baker Mayfield, so he's not going to throw for many yards. They need to run the football, and that's what they're doing. So they run over for 200 yards, and that's the key to success for Cleveland. And finally, the last game. Not the last game. I'm going to leave this one for last. This Denver and the Las Vegas Raiders. I picked Denver to win this game earlier today. It looks stupid. I get it. But the Raiders, man, I'm going to give them credit. They got what it takes to beat any team, man. What it's going to boil down to the Raiders is their defense when they start playing these upper echelon teams. And are they going to be able to slow down and stop certain teams? So they're 3-0 in division. They got a big game next week against the Kansas City Chiefs, who are coming into Las Vegas. I believe that game is on Sunday night. So that should be a dandy. Denver Broncos 3-6 now. It's like, or they might be 4-6 now. You got to it's done. Drew Lock is not the guy. You do got some weapons, on the outsides with Judy and Cortland Sutton, who's out for the year, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. But the Raiders are looking to be poised for a playoff run. Derek Carr having a pretty solid season. He threw for 154, not exciting, but he didn't need to do a lot. Josh Jacobs rushed for over 100 yards. He had 2 touchdowns. He's looking pretty good. Devontae Booker, a former Bronco, came into the game. He's been playing really well, backing up, spelling Josh Jacobs every now and then. He rushed for 81 yards and I believe 2 touchdowns as well. So as long as they run the football, don't turn the ball over, and they play somewhat solid defense, the Raiders are looking very promising. They're a dark horse for a lot of people. So don't forget the Raiders. The last game of the afternoon, I think everyone was glued in on this one. I know I was because I had money on it. I had 56 and over, and I had the Bills +3. So they cover. And then why did they cover? Because DeAndre Hopkins made a great play at the end, catching that Hail Mary pass from your boy Kyler Murray. This game was back and forth. The Bills started really good, really well. And then, but like I said in my earlier live earlier this morning, it's going to boil down to Kyler Murray making a play here and a play there. And that's exactly what he did. He turned it up in the second half. He rushed for a touchdown. He threw for a touchdown. He did have 1 interception, but he threw for 245, but he rushed for only 61 yards, which is, that's a lot for a quarterback on 11 attempts. So Kyler Murray is definitely amazing. He's a special type of player. Josh Allen, 2 interceptions. Their defense kind of shit the bed. Excuse my language, but they kind of shit the bed at the end of the game. Only 34 seconds left in the game, and you still allow a Hail Mary bomb. But DeAndre Hopkins, dude, the dude's got the biggest hands I've ever seen, and he came down with that Hail Mary pass. So make sure you go back and hit the highlights on that one. So that was it, man. So those are all the games. So yeah, so we got the Patriots on right now. Ravens, it just started. It's about 13 minutes. 13 minutes left in the first quarter. Baltimore 6-2. Patriots 3-5. You know, not looking good for them. Ravens should win this game all the way, easily, not a problem. So we'll just have to. You have to watch the game, but I think the Ravens will win the game. Lamar Jackson won't have to do much. Cam Newton's probably going to play all right. They're going to run him a little bit, but in the end, I think the Ravens will be too much on defense and offense. So other than that, man, thanks for whoever joined. It was one person. That's all good. We're just building here at All Pro Sports and also my page. You guys can, if you like what you saw, please like and share. Comment, please. Hit me up on Instagram at clutch.sports.talk. Also search me on YouTube at Clutch Sports Talk. And also head over to the All Pro Digital Sports page, also on Instagram and YouTube. So that's it, man. That's my time. Just under 20 minutes here. So it was a quick live just to kind of work out the kinks. But I appreciate you guys, whoever was on and whoever will watch this video at the end of the day. So, hey, next time, hey, you don't got to go nowhere else. Come to me. I got your NFL talk and anything else that you need. So, hey, this is Clutch Sports Talk with me, Ryan Flowers. Never settle till the work's done. Peace out, guys.